Morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, I wanted to do this quick video. I'm not gonna be camered up because in about an hour and a half, I'm gonna be in class. So I'm actually just getting ready. So I don't want to talk to you guys face to face. I have to continue to get dressed and get ready. But I wanted to do this quick video about religions and holidays. That's what the video is called, holidays and religions. Of course, this is a serious topic, you guys know. But after I did my video yesterday, I just wanted to come and talk about this topic because it was on my mind, and I think some people, they get a little bit of you know disturbed, which is okay, about things people say and how they feel, and instead of saying something to them, or commenting, or just sharing your opinion, they rather just give theirs, which is also okay. But let's get into it. So um, let's talk about, before we get to holidays, let's talk about religion, because they go hand in hand. Um, you guys know from my previous videos that at one point in my life, I was multiple religions, and what I mean by that is I come from a background of family, which is why I know a lot about religions and different religions, and I can speak certain languages and things because of that. You guys know, as a child, I moved around like that. My family has, from Christian to Baptist to Muslim to Jews in it, and you guys know that. So we're not gonna get into my background like that, but you guys know from my previous videos a little bit about my background. So I wanted to talk about religion because in holidays, because they go hand in hand, traditions, celebrations, we call them holidays. Some people call them just simple, traditions or celebrations and things like that. Excuse me if I'm talking a little fast, or faster than the usual, but I'm morning. I gotta do things. Um, so as I was saying, um, when it comes down to religion, um, I am, if anyone wants to know, well, what are you, Justice? What is your religion? I am a spiritual person. I don't stick to any religion. But you guys know my motto. Coming from a background of different religions, I I do understand about different religions, and I do give respect to certain situations and certain things religions do. I don't agree with at all certain things religions do. You know I don't agree with, but that comes from me doing my studies and my reading and my opinion, right? And me being those religions at one particular time. Um, when it comes down to holiday season, just like I told you guys in my previous videos, when it comes down to holidays, politicians, government, race, you know, mankind can get roused up, right? We get roused up. Which is understandable. Trust me, I get roused up, right? Hence why I decided to do this video right after my last video so soon, because we gotta get some stuff off our chest. I think that as mankind, sometimes we should be just a little bit more direct and respected. I mean, and respectful, but that's just my opinion. So when it comes down to holidays, right? everyone has their opinion on what should be celebrated, how it should be celebrated, when, where, why. We all do, right? But then it falls back to the beliefs in individuality that I consistently tell you guys from day one we must have. There's a lot of things, in my opinion, that I believe that as humans we should do together, grow together, learn from one another. But then there's things like religion and celebrations and holidays that we should respect other people's decision and do separately, right? Now, remember the video I told you guys about judging, and you learn about judging, what should be judged, and what you should judge and what you shouldn't, right? In your own opinion. But I think sometimes when it comes down to holiday season, I like to call it a holiday season for a reason, because that's when a lot of things pop up, right? We everybody look around, we get all these emotions, we get all these feelings, which is understandable. But we have to understand, once again, as I said before, we don't know everyone's background. We don't know everyone's spiritual beliefs, right? So you might do your studies or your research and know the truth and know that this holiday means this and you feel like that holidays mean that. But and no one's taking that away from no one, right? Or you feel about this religion or that religion, right? Because Justice doesn't know your background, and you guys barely know mine, but you know a little bit now because I've told you. But that's still not all of it. You understand what I'm saying? I think that, in my opinion, I know that certain holidays, certain things, right? It's said to be this way. From doing my studies, from doing my research, it's said to be this way, right? Which is okay. But we must understand that it's kind of like breaking a cycle, right? It's not lying to yourself. It's not, saying, okay, well, no, it's just a transformation. Because sometimes, guys, when I want you guys to, you know, understand what I'm saying, I stop and think, and I give examples of what I'm feeling, because I don't like to rush over things. Sometimes you don't want to just talk, and you want to think. Sometimes I tell you guys that, about your words and about things you say, so that way people can understand, you can get out what you need to say. It's always okay to take pauses in between. But as I was saying, when people are celebrating their holidays or their celebrations, it's always been a creation, right? From a birthday, a party, you create. Some people just create celebrating days as they want to. Always, it's daughter's day, it's cousin's day, whatever, right? It's called creation, or transforming, transforming when you learn something and you transform it into your own way. No one's discrediting these holidays or these religions and saying that they're good or that they were perfect. But some people were raised how they were raised. Some people might see, oh, well, yeah, my religion or this holiday isn't that or isn't this, and this religion isn't that or this, but I'm going to transform it because they feel like they're comfortable there. They still do believe in certain ways, but they want to form it into their life to fit how they fit, so they can feel comfortable and raise their family as such. But when it comes down to religion and holidays, they go hand in hand. But yes, we can focus on, them together, but I say, in my opinion, let's focus on them separately, right? Because I'm not saying all holidays are a celebration for good nor bad. But what I'm saying is, there's still celebrations, there's still transitions, there's still, and people take things and they transform to fit their life for a reason. And instead of just saying, oh, this person is wrong because they choose to live their life that way or this way, or they can't be trusted or believed because they choose to, believe in that or believe in that. We mustn't just have, in my opinion, that mindset. Because what you may look at as ugly or shouldn't be celebrated or this is a lie, someone else might not look at that. Yes, at one point people felt harm from these religions, right? I'm not saying that. People felt harm from these holidays, right? But over the years, through transformation and evolving and changing, people no longer feel like that. They feel like they're good. They feel like they should be celebrated because through these holidays, some people found out they were pregnant. Some people found out they didn't have cancer. Some people gave back. So what was once a negative position, right, many moons ago, which should be understood, which should be acknowledged, which should be, this is what this holiday truly intended and mean it. Yes, but respect that someone else's position in the game and agree to disagree. We don't, sometimes when we feel some type of way about something, we like to throw dirt on the next person, or like I said, throw those little darts, right? And where does that lead us in conversation? Where does that lead us in understanding one another? It never led us anywhere. Because when you throw those darts and you say, oh, you should be ashamed for doing this or celebrating that, da, 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 people don't want to talk to you. They feel like you a know-it-all. They feel like, how dare you disrespect my tradition, my religion, this and that. I haven't did anything to you. It hasn't. You understand what I'm saying? So once again, when justice say, we have to, before we just dart things out or, take just a little piece of something that we heard, it's okay to just, you don't have to go to the other side, right? You can be a part of the world, but you don't have to do what the world do. But just really think stuff through. It's okay people want, I say all the time, want people to understand what they're saying, want people to understand where they're coming from, but has a hard time understanding and where someone else is coming from. Have a hard time, just because you've done your studies and your research. I think that's a great thing. I do mine and I will continue to do it. I think that's a part of evolving. I don't think that's ever something, learning is something that should ever be stopped. It's like breathing. But we have to be careful. I think we should, just to tell you guys all the time, you don't have to do anything. But for a little piece of advice from one mankind fellow to another, we should do a little bit more thinking and, understand that things change. And once was considered as, shameful, taboo, looked upon as, bad, could be transformed to something different, right? That doesn't mean that that person's principles or their morals shouldn't be trusted because this is what they do. Because if it's so easy to discredit someone because they celebrate a holiday or they're a certain religion and they haven't done anything to you, they haven't ever murdered, they haven't ever showed anything to show that their morals was less than valued, but celebrate a holiday or was some type of religion or was a color, then shame upon you for thinking so. I think your mind should, just grow just a tad bit, just a little bit more, right? Or just do some more thinking. Because I get it that, you know, the holidays, is a season for a reason. Religion, it gets the blood flowing, the cells and the nerves starts to jump. We get it. the past things that happened, that's still reflecting on the future things. And we see people that we feel like shouldn't be celebrating these things or shouldn't, but understand that that's not what it was brought to them as. It wasn't brought to them in a negative light, right? And it's okay to teach someone something. But if you teach someone something and they still want to live their life, respect that. Especially if they're not murdering or hurting or, dishonoring their moral value or your moral value. So I'm going to leave the video there. I told you guys it wasn't going to be long at all. I think I got it out. But that's on the holiday part. I'm going to touch just a little bit on the religion, and then we're going to go. You guys, as I told you, talking before about me being different religions, and everything that I tell you guys, I always say I can prove anything. I can prove to you that I was multiple religions. I can speak certain languages in certain religions. It's not a lie. I have relatives. I have proof. There's ways you can look things up. My mother alone is proof of what I speak. R.I.P. her soul, right? So when we talk about religion, and I say it goes hand in hand, religion has a lot to do with celebrations of different things. If it's celebrating yourself, if it's celebrating your creator, if it's, celebrating your traditions, which turns into holidays because they continue to repeat it, which became holidays, right? But certain people were just one religion or this religion, and that's okay. But for someone like me, who wasn't just one religion, I had a chance to dip and dabber into, right? For someone like me who had different races in her family, I had a chance to, look at me telling you guys. But when it comes down to religion, it's a touchy subject. I think I tell you guys, the more that we talk about it, discuss these topics, we'll get through them. We'll get through them together if that's how we choose to do it. Religion is gonna be there. That's just what it is. Once we I'm gonna say this on religion and leave it alone. Once we get past that, a person religion is that. Now, if you was to meet someone, or someone religion, or their opinion of their religion or yours is disrespecting you, then of course you don't deal with it. I tell you guys that all the time. You don't deal with it. But if someone believe, right, they believe in their creator and this is how they feel and things like that, if it's not affecting you and your morals and how you feel, it's no need to jump on them because they have different opinions. That's just the cycle of life. That's just the cycle of life. And what I mean by when I say that the cycle of life, in my opinion, is, because sometimes I'm a type of person where I'm like, okay, I might not quite understand, and I have no problem with asking somebody, can you just explain a little bit more? So that's why sometimes I might explain stuff a little bit more. What I mean by the cycle of life is everybody has different mind. You can agree to disagree. But let's not get our blood so, steamed or so discrediting everyone, because we know, I think each individual know how it feel to be discredited, right? Or feel like someone discrediting your art, from artists, to everything. To someone as a blogger, to, YouTubers, even you YouTubers out there. You guys don't like when people discredit or come, Justice see you. You get up there, you blow a class, that you have your music going and the action sounds, and you go in, right? You don't like to be discredited for your work, your research, your studies, your time that you put into what you believe. So how do you think other people feel about theirs? So I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it at this, and I'm gonna say this. Um, you know, you know what I feel about sayings. I believe that some sayings have a meaning to it, and some sayings are just pish posh. um, but you know, give respect if you want it. You know, and what I mean by that is all areas. You know, let's not joke. You know, speak to others how you want to be speak to. Say things to others how you want to be said. You know, at least try to. Let's not just discredit people. You know, it's so much more that we can discredit people for. There's so much more than. I'm not saying we shouldn't discredit people for religion, but we have to. let's let's really look into it. If we say we do a lot of studies there and research there, maybe we can do a lot of studies in different areas. I don't know about other people, but I don't just study one thing or one area. I'm all over the place. I'm like the mind. I'm like the mind. I'm all over the place. You know, I am my mind. But you know, let's just do that. You know, let's try that. You know, religion and celebration and holidays has been here longer than some of us humans, most of all of us humans. You know, so this is not something easy that people can just, you know, or want to, and they have people have been changing it for the good. It's not like people are, you know. And when they do things in the name of their religion or their beliefs or their holidays, and it's not moral like, or hurtful, then you judge them, you hold them accountable. As I said, but for the people that are not doing that, and don't look at it and is trying to say okay, because some people will stop, some people will say okay, I learned this, da da da. We just have to. There's so much other things that we can continue to focus on. And if we're going to focus there and we're going to focus on these things, let me say this. Talking this and talking slick or saying little remarks or trying to discredit people, it didn't work then and it's not going to work now, today, currently. 6 in the morning, 6:20 in the morning, it's not going to work in the future. Because when you do that, people are going to feel offended. The same way you feel offended when people do it to you and you want to get up there and blow a casket and end it up. I know you guys might hear me sometimes and say, well, Justice, you don't seem like you get angry or this and that. And you seen it a little bit on one of those videos. I do. But I think the most important thing, some of the things that we can do as mankind is, really be committed as we is to our work and studies. Be committed to learning how to talk and treat one another. And I'm going to leave it at that in communication. And I'll check you guys later.